I'm concerned as a politician and as a parent about this issue. And I think all of us have been a bit guilty of saying, well, it's the internet, it's lawless, there's nothing you can do about it. And that's wrong. I mean, just because it's the internet doesn't mean there shouldn't be laws and rules and also responsible behaviour. So if we start with the first category, I mean, it is possible today to get absolutely vile images of child abuse that are illegal on the internet, and we need to do much, much more to stop it. Now, there's no one single silver bullet, but we need to make sure the police have got the resources. We need to make sure the Internet Watch Foundation can do more, and we're going to do that. We need to make sure there's one database that people can put those pictures into so we know how to make them, get them off the internet. But there is something we need to get the companies to do more too.
To be specific, somebody taps in some ghastly search. You need to stop the search engines giving results for that.
Yes, that is, I think, where the biggest argument is going to be. I mean, let's be fair to the companies. There are some good things that they're doing. They're making public Wi-Fi safer. That's good. They're flashing up warnings, some of them, on the internet when people are searching for things that are wrong. That's good. But there is this problem, yes, that some people are putting simply appalling terms into the internet in order to find illegal images of child abuse. And remember, every one of these pictures is a crime scene, and they're getting results. I think it's wrong that they should get results, and we need to have very, very strong conversations with those companies about saying, no, you shouldn't provide results for some terms that are so depraved and disgusting, I can't even say them on your show, and that, I think, there's going to be a big argument there, and if we don't get what we need, we'll have to look at legislation.
So you haven't persuaded the Googles and the Yahoos yet to do what you want?
Well, we're on the case. This is going to be a big campaign. This speech is the start of something. It's not the end of it. There are some specific steps we can take right now. Give the Internet Watch Foundation resources and ability to take down images, work with the companies to take down images that have been identified, make sure the police run a really tough campaign to find these images and find the people putting them up. But the final piece of the jigsaw, which is even more responsible behaviour by the companies, and as I say, they're not doing nothing, but I want them to do more. We need to do more work on that.
They will cry freedom of information, liberty, and they'll also say it's very difficult to do it for one country. We are global companies, and we can't just select people in Britain.
Look, I believe in free speech, but free speech doesn't mean you have the right to incite murder. It doesn't mean you have the right to incite child abuse. So it's about companies wanting to act responsibly. If you think about it, there's really a triangle here. There are the people uploading the images, we've got to go after them. There are the people looking at the images, we've got to go after them. But there is also, in this triangle, the companies that are enabling it to happen. And they do need to do more to help us with
So
this.
if I'm running an internet company search engine based in California, and I simply say to you, terribly sorry, I'm not interested, I'm not going to cooperate, what is the stick? What can you do, apart from asking Google to pay their taxes, I suppose? What more can you do?
Well, I think there are two forms of stick, if you like. First of all, there is the international collaboration between countries that's going to be necessary. So, as I say, this is the start of a journey. But there is also the option of introducing stronger laws here in the UK, and I don't rule that out. What we want is the companies to act responsibly, to exercise their responsibilities. I don't believe that is a restriction of free speech.
Because, you see, this is a power thing. It's the power of the global internet companies versus the power of national governments. And so far, the companies have had it mostly their own way.
I wouldn't paint a picture of companies that are simply refusing to collaborate or cooperate, because we've already made a big breakthrough on the issue of public Wi-Fi. When you're sitting in Starbucks or sitting in a public space where there's free Wi-Fi, we now have agreement from all the phone companies and operators, and it's been a big exercise, but they behaved responsibly. And they said, yes, we want to make sure that your children, when they're sitting there in a cafe accessing the internet, they can't access certain sites. So we have made progress. They are flashing up warnings now, some of the internet companies, when people search for inappropriate images. And also, if we give them information about illegal images that are on the internet, they take them down. So I'm not saying these companies are irresponsible. I'm not saying they're not doing anything. They are. But there's a further step that's required, and I think it might take a bit of an argument to get it. But it's an argument on behalf of Britain's parents and children I'm prepared to have.
I know you're making a speech on Monday about access to pornography for children. I'm talking about legal pornography, but nonetheless pornography that children in millions and millions of homes in Britain can get and are watching.
Well, we need to do more on this as well, and I speak as a
parent.
I've got a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old and a soon-to-be 3-year-old. I worry desperately about this, and I know parents do, because, you know, when we're offline, you know, there are rules about what films you can see in a cinema, what age you have to be to buy alcohol or cigarettes or what have you.
Yeah.
But on the internet, there aren't those rules, so we need to help parents with control. As I say, we've made some steps forward, like the free public Wi-Fi. There are some extra steps that I think we can take, and you know, as I say, it's the start of a process, but I'm convinced we can make some real steps forward.